What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, Just Symphony, but you can call me Symphony. How y'all doing? Alright, y'all, so in today's video I am bringing to y'all a full makeup tutorial. Okay, like I'm bringing you a start to finish makeup tutorial. I'm gonna start doing more makeup tutorials because I really enjoy doing my makeup. Like, it's so therapeutic, you know. It's fun. I like getting cute, I like getting ready, like, you know, I like looking good. And so I was like, you know what, like, this is something I've always enjoyed doing, so why am I not doing this on my YouTube channel? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start bringing y'all more looks and, you know, more beats. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm gonna just stop talking and we're gonna get straight into this video. All right, y'all, so we're starting off on a bare clean face. So I washed my face and all that, did my skincare routine, moisturized, did my eye cream and everything. So I just let that kind of sit for a few minutes and, you know, just settle on my skin. So now we're just gonna go ahead and get straight into the makeup. Okay, so this video, I think it's gonna be just like a little talk through video, and this is gonna be a full face makeup routine from start to finish. Not gonna be skipping any steps. We're gonna go through the whole thing. Let's get started. Okay, so first we're gonna start off by using primer. Okay, and the primer that I use, or is this Sephora primer here, and as you can see, I'm actually like, I didn't even realize how low I was on this, but I'm actually pretty low on this, so I need to get some more soon. But I've been using this Sephora primer on my face, and it's actually a really good primer. You know, it's affordable. You know, it's a Sephora brand primer, so it's affordable. I can't remember how much it costs. It could be maybe around $12, $14, something like that. You know, it's kind of like drugstore price, so it's a pretty good product, you know, for the money. So I just kind of put it some on my forehead because my forehead gets very oily and my makeup tends to move a lot on my forehead, so I like to make sure I put some there so that my makeup would just stick well right there. On my cheeks, I just kind of apply some on my cheeks and chin. I'm just gonna blend it in. And I like to make sure I get it under my eyes well because my eyes like to crease, so I like to make sure I really get the primer right there good. And then here on my chin, and I like to make sure I kind of focus it right here on my smile lines. You know, with my I smile line, I have smile lines, so my makeup tends to crease right here because, you know, we want a good base. Basically, we want a really good base to get started. Because how I do my makeup, I know that everybody does their makeup different. Okay, some people like to start with their brows first. I don't. I like to start with the foundation first, okay? Because I feel like the foundation is the base of the makeup. It's where it all begins. So I do mine literally from base, then I move on to eyebrows. It's like a building to me. You know how you build a building, you have to start with the base, you know, the foundation first. Then you come with the structure, and then you do everything else on top. That's how I feel about my face. So I start with the base, do the foundation. Eyebrows is the structure. Eyebrows are the structure of your face. It is the definition of your face. You know, it's the structure, so they're important. I like to do that after the base. Now if y'all like to do eyebrows first, or whichever, you do how you want to do it, but I'm gonna start with foundation. And the foundation I will be using is the Revlon Color Stay foundation. This is my girl here. This foundation, you can tell, it looks a little sloppy, y'all. You can tell I use it. This foundation I've been using for years. Okay, it's a really good affordable foundation. It's full coverage, but it's not too, it's like a nice full coverage, but it's not too overly full coverage. It just gives you like a natural smooth complexion. It's not too light, it's not too heavy on the coverage. It's just a nice everyday full coverage, if that makes sense. The color is perfect. They have the color selection for these foundations are top tier. They have it down pat. Okay, sometimes like with foundations, because I'm real picky with my foundations, y'all, I'm gonna be honest. So sometimes like with foundation, I notice with different brands, the colors just aren't quite right, and that's the part that gets me. Everybody's skin tone is different. Mine, I'm, you know, obviously like a nice little medium brown, but then like my undertone is like a little more yellow or kind of neutral, more so than red or orange. And that's the problem I have, because some of these foundations may have like a lot of orangish undertone or reddish undertone, or it may just be too brown and doesn't have enough undertone in it. You know, just different things like that. With the Revlon Color Stay, the color is so perfect. Even just sitting right here on my face, you can just like really see, like, you know, it's almost spot on. And once you blend it in, it'll be like even more spot on. That's what I really like about this foundation. And look how that just already just blends. And I like to take my foundation over my eyelids a little bit because I have dark eyes. So I need the little extra coverage. Even though I use concealer, I still need the extra coverage. Just take it on and blend it. And I added like a little fair amount. And you see how that blends? Nice full coverage, but not too heavy. And just take it on through my cheeks and on up. And I'm sorry if I didn't mention y'all, I'm using the Real Technique. I'm using a Real Techniques brush. I don't even know which brush this is. I have to look and see. I've had it for so long, and the little writing is starting to fade away on it. But it's a Real Techniques brush, probably some type of foundation brush. I'm just gonna take it slightly into the hairline, just also slightly. So now that the foundation is done, we're just gonna start with concealer. So the concealer I'm using is the Fenty Beauty Concealer in 380. And this is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. So what I'm gonna do now is just apply the concealer directly under my eyes. So I'm gonna do this eye first, and then I'm gonna set the concealer with the Ben Nye Banana Powder. And yeah, I know this stuff is old, but it's so good. It's a really good setting powder. When I do apply the powder, I'm gonna use this Real Techniques brush to set it under my eye, okay? I just kind of take it like this and take it on under my eye, like so. And then to blend in the concealer, I just use a little beauty sponge, and this is the beauty sponge I always use. It's dirty, sorry, I know, but whatever. So I'm just gonna take my sponge and just dab it in. And I kind of take it up into the corner of my eye a little bit. If I have any excess, just kind of take it onto my eyelid. All right, and so now that that's done, I'm just kind of move a little quickly, and I'll go ahead and add the Ben Nye Banana Powder. So like I said, I put it in this little lid, and I just dab my brush in there like so, and you just apply it. Now like I said, this stuff is messy, it gets everywhere, but it's okay. You know, I just kind of just pat it under my eye with the brush. And just pat it under there like so. And I just do it exactly where I applied the concealer. That's it. And I just kind of pat it on, and I don't brush it away. I just pat it on, and I'll just leave it. So it kind of does like a little light bake, basically, like so. And then take a little excess and just do the eyelids, just so it can sit. And then we do the other eye. You see the difference? Like, can you see the difference already? You can see where the powder is, where it's kind of setting it right there, where it's kind of baking. You can like really see it under the eye. And you know, the concealer, when I do it, I don't apply it cute. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, because we're finna get ready to blend this. Am I the only person who makes faces like when I do my makeup? Because I gotta make faces, honey. If I don't make the faces, like, my makeup not gonna come out right. It's just not. Like, the faces are a must. Especially when I'm doing like my concealer. I have to like I have to do the face. I'm sorry. So if you see me just kind of looking crazy, just look. I'm just gonna set it real nice. Just kind of bring it in and just pat it right there. A little bit excess on top of the. So now that that's kind of just sitting and baking, we're gonna go ahead and set the rest of our face with just some foundation powder. And I will be using the L'Oreal True Match Super Blend foundation powder. Now another good powder, which I didn't hit pan on this, I have to restock. But another good powder is the Lancome Dual Finish powder. And I use this one in 520 Suede. This is a good one. Okay, look. Baby, I didn't hit pan on this. This is a really good one right here. Actually, I might end up using this one instead. All right, you know, I can scrape it out. You know, I can make it work. But the color is perfect. I mean, I can wear this with just no liquid foundation and just by itself. Like, that's how perfect this foundation is. And it's just enough light coverage, but it's not too heavy, so it still looks natural. You know, it's a good powder to set your foundation, like your liquid foundation, and then it's good to wear by itself. I mean, this is A1, y'all. I'm just gonna kind of scrape some out here. And then I'm gonna use that to set my face. And I'm just gonna kind of set it right below where I apply my Ben Nye Banana Powder, my setting powder. just kind of just set, you know, put this right below it. And then I'm gonna do my eyebrows. Just kind of brush across my eyebrows because I want them to be nice and matte for when we get ready to do those, which is coming up next. So that is the foundation right now, but we're gonna kind of come back to it in a little bit towards the end. So once I kind of get the whole look finished, then I'm gonna come back and do the contour and like the blush and stuff at the end. But as far as everything else, the base is complete. So now we're gonna move on to the structure and we're gonna kind of bring the face on together. For the eyebrows, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I like to say my eyebrow routine is, I mean, you know, your girl brows be on point. I'm sorry, I feel like it's 10-10. You know, whatever. But to do my brows, I use the Sephora eyebrow pencil. And it has like a little spoolie tip on one side, and then the other side is just a retractable pencil. You know, just, you know, retractable like that. Nothing to it. Real basic. And, you know, I just started buying this because I feel like eyebrow pencils are something I can't invest big money in. Like buying those $20, $30 eyebrow pencils, and they're pretty much the same thing as the drugstore eyebrow pencils. Work the same in my opinion. Just cost a lot, and they don't last no longer than the others. So I'm like, you know what, child, please. So I just buy like either drugstore brand or like the Sephora brand, because this is only what, $12 or something like that too. You know, about the same as the drugstore prices. So I just kind of do this and it works great. So anyway, I just take like the little spoolie and just kind of brush my brows. Now as you can see, I don't have a lot of eyebrows, so my routine might be a little more unique, you know, of course, to myself, considering my brows than others. Depends on how full your brows are. But you know, hey, I'm gonna just show you how I do mine, okay? And you know, I mean, I feel like my routine can work for a lot of people, you know. This is definitely a full brow routine. You can kind of get the feel of the natural shape of my brows, so you can kind of see how this is gonna go. So once I get my eyebrows in place, then I go ahead and start with the outline. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain it, so I'm gonna just let y'all just kind of watch. Kind of like that, and let me see, sometimes I mess up the shape a little bit, but you know, yeah, this kind of the shape right there. So let's go ahead and do the other brow. It's always a little harder getting my left eyebrow to match my right a little bit, because they are similar, but they're really not. You know how it is. Your eyebrows aren't the same. My left and right eyebrow, two completely different brows. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so we got the shape. You kind of get the gist of it. It's not done yet, baby. We only at like 20% out of 100, okay? So now I'm just gonna go ahead and fill my eyebrows in. Okay, and to fill them in, I'm just gonna use this like old eyebrow pencil that I had. It came with like a little thin tip and a thick tip. And I've used up the thin tip, so I'm going to use this thick tip here to just go ahead and fill it in, because it's just a lot quicker than using the thin tip. Once I get it filled in, then I'm gonna go ahead with the concealer and kind of shape it up and get it looking right. But I just like to kind of bring it in a little further in, so I can kind of have a nice little something to go by when I get ready to fade it out. All right, so we got it filled in, but there's another step. We got to set it too, because you know what, pencil likes to smudge, you know, pencil smudges. So to keep that from happening as much, I'm gonna set it with this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo, and I got this in the color Ebony. So as you can see, I've hit pan on one side because I do my eyebrows every day, but this is a really good setting. This is a really good brow powder, y'all. Now like I said, with the pencil, I wouldn't invest that much money in a pencil, but a brow powder, yes I do, because the setting matters. Setting your brows matter. You don't want them to move, you don't want them going nowhere, you want them to be waterproof. So to prevent any smudging, it's sweating off anything, you gotta set it. So I'm just gonna go in with a little angle brush like this and just set that. And then see, like when you set it also, it darkens the brow. You see how it gets darker too? So it's no longer like that little kind of ashy light color. You know, it gets nice and dark. And I just like to take my time and set this in there. And then, you know, once you set it, like any spots that you probably could have missed or may not be as dark, the powder fills that on in too. And I'm gonna take the powder all the way to the edge of my brows, just all the way to where I started. Just like that, baby. You see the difference? See how much darker this brow is now than this one? Yes. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and do the same for this brow. So now that I have filled all my brows in with the powder, I'm gonna go ahead and start shaping them with the concealer. So now we're looking a little crazy, but it's gonna start coming together. So I'm just gonna take this little matte concealer, Studio Finish concealer in NC45. Oldie, if you know, you know, baby, you know. So I'm just gonna take the regular little, I think this is actually a lip brush, but I use it for my eyebrows, so whatever. Now I'm gonna take this and just start like shaping the brows. Now this is the part that gets me, y'all. I get nervous now when it's time to do this part because I need the shape to come out right. And you can see I kind of thinned it out slightly and fixed that little point that was going on at the top. And kind of made it more rounded than pointed. So now let's do the other eyebrow. This one always kind of naturally is shaped better. So it's not as hard to shape this one. So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and blend it out. Blend out the concealer. And I'm just going to blend it with that same sponge that I used to blend the concealer under my eyes. So I'm just going to kind of take the tip and just, you know, blend it slightly. Just kind of take that and just blend it on out, y'all. And I take this little part here and just blend it like so. Alright, see y'all, look at this one. This eyebrow here, 10-10. 10-10. Look at the sharp, crisp. Look at that. This one is perfect. This one I can't never get together. I always have to doctor up on this one a little more. So I'm just gonna take this brush just to kind of help blend the fine lines of the concealer. Now, so to doctor up, I'm just gonna take a little bit more powder because I kind of went a little too low on this brow, and just fill back in my little swoop and move the little hair so I can see what's going on. Okay, so it's not bad. I'm just gonna add the finishing touches on here because I'm very particular about my eyebrows, y'all. Like, I need to bring this down a little more slightly, and then I'm gonna try to round this a little more slightly. Let's see. All right, now just to blend this out, I just take the spoolie, that same spoolie for the most part, and just do upward strokes like this until it just fades out. So I'm just gonna kind of blend it to about like right here. As you can see, this one looks a lot better than this one, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more. And when this is like maybe the fading is a little patchy, I use the little brush I use for the powder, and I just take the excess powder and just kind of fill it in when it's a little patchy. You know, just like that. See how, you know, it doesn't take much. When I wanted to kind of just have more of an ombre look, just take the little excess powder and just fill it in. And so now we're gonna go back with the same brush we used for the concealer to shape our brows, and I'm just gonna kind of shape it like this. Use that concealer, excess concealer, and just kind of fade those little smudge lines and kind of give it some shape. Alright, and that's kind of what we looking like with the brows. Okay, yeah, that's kind of the brows, you know, for the most part. Y'all, I would be on my brows all day, because the more I look at them, the more I notice this little detail, that little detail, that little detail, and I would be here all day trying to fix every little detail to get them perfect. So sometimes you just get to a point where it's like, okay, this looks good, shape is good, you know, they looking right, so, you know, just let it be. And because, you know, y'all, your brows will never be perfect. They will never be twins, okay? Your brows supposed to be sisters, not twins. And I want mine to be twins, identical. And it's just, it ain't happening, you know what I mean? All right, so that is the brows, y'all. The brows is like the longest process, because, like I said, brows are boring to me because it takes so long, but then it's so important. But then, like, when I do it, baby, I be stuck on them, though, at the same time. Because, like, when I do them, they have to be right. They have to be just right. If my brows ain't right, the whole look ain't right. You just ain't. I'm sorry. It don't matter how beautiful my eyeshadow is, foundation's on point, the brows ain't right, the whole look ain't right. All right, so now that the eyebrows are done, we're going to move on to the eyes, okay? And just kind of complete the look. So since I want this to be more of a my everyday kind of makeup, I'm gonna keep the eyes simple. So the eyes are already pretty prepped already, because I did the foundation, kind of did a little bit concealer and excess powder, so they're pretty prepped. Because my eyelids crease a lot, and I like to kind of just do the foundation and the powder and stuff, because I typically don't wear eyeshadow on a regular when I do my makeup. So just to kind of give it that little flawless look, you know, and then make sure that they don't get oily and crease too much. But for now, we're just gonna go straight to eyeliner. Lately, I've been into the pencil, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do a cute little pencil liner instead. I'm just gonna take the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Gel Pencil Liner and to use for my eyeliner. And y'all, I love this eyeliner. This eyeliner is so good. It is so smooth, like it just goes on so smooth, and it's so dark and pigmented, and it's just amazing. And I just kind of take my finger and I just place it right here on my eye and just give it a slight pull. For the eyeliner, it doesn't have to be neat, because I'm gonna smudge it out afterwards. And that's about the thickness I want too. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a slight little, just a slight little wing. I'm gonna do the other eye. Just give it a slight little pull and so now I'm gonna take my Morphe M432 brush, and it's just like a little dense flat brush. And I'm gonna use this brush to smudge out the eyeliner. So I just take it and just kind of give it a little slight pull, like I said, nothing major. Don't pull it too hard. You just want to kind of move the skin a little. And just smudge it out. We're gonna soften those harsh lines and then kind of shape it too while I'm smudging it. And I want my eyeliner to be a little bit thicker today, so that's why I made it kind of like this. I just take it and smudge out the... Not only do I smudge it out, but you know, this eyeliner moves a lot too. So, you know, I can kind of expand it. And it's going to be a soft kind of wing, not a real sharp, harsh wing. It's just going to be real soft. See those harsh lines? We're just going to soften those lines up a little bit. And just kind of smudge it, smoke it out. And I like doing this because, like, you know, when you add the lashes and you kind of have that smudgy, smoky look, it just adds like a, you know, a little bit more of an extra dramatic effect. But, you know, I just like the way it looks. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to shape it with the concealer anyway once we're done. And see, these are definitely going up like very much cat eye. It kind of gives me Ariana Grande a little bit with the cat eye. It's very much cat eye. I'm just gonna, you know, just take the concealer and just shape it. Just like that. It just really crisp up that wing. Okay, so now that the eyeliner is done, we're gonna just go ahead and move on to mascara so we can go ahead and put on our lashes. So for mascara, I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Lash Studio mascara. So let's go ahead with the lashes. I don't think I want to go too dramatic with the lashes. I don't think. But I don't know either though. So for lashes, I'm going to use the Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. These lashes are the it girl of lashes, okay? Classic, beautiful set of lashes. Oldie but goodies, yes. And yes, I still wear them, so I'm finna wear them. And then I always use, I'm gonna lie now, when I use put on lashes, I use hair glue. So I'm using the little beauty supply store or a Salon Pro hair glue. I don't know about y'all, but regular lash glue from like Walmart, Walgreens and all that, it don't work for me. Like, that just doesn't work for me. I don't know how people use that. I mean, if you use it, that's fine, but it just doesn't work for me. I can't use it. So the only thing I use for my lashes is hair glue, because baby, that hair glue is gonna stick and it's gonna stay. Trust and believe. It dries easily, you know, removes easily. Because you know when hair glue dries, it gets, you know, it dries rubbery. It gets real rubbery. And it's easy to remove, so. Okay, so I just take a little, I know this is kind of like ratchet, but whatever. My little tube doesn't work, so I take a little bobby pin, open it up, and just do my hair glue like this. You know, apply it to the lashes like this. And I just give it a little second to dry like this, so it can get slightly tacky before I put it on. What the f just happened? Oh my gosh, I just slung hair glue on my face. That's never happened before. And one thing I like about these lashes, not only are they pretty, but they're so easy to apply. The band isn't too thick and stiff. You know, this band is very flexible, it's thin. So you can really get it on there and like hide it well too. You know, it's very seamless and thin and it just applies so nicely. Look at that, that looks good. So let's go ahead and do the other eye. Okay. Alright, so lashes are on. So the last thing I'm going to do to my actual eye is add a little highlight under the brow. So I'm just going to take this little brush. I think it's like an e.l.f. brush, an old e.l.f. brush. And I'm going to take a light color. So I'm going to take this little light shadow, light shimmer shadow right here. And I'm going to use that for my highlight color. It's like a light champagne. And just add it right underneath the brow. It's what I like to do. Ooh, very, very pigmented. Might add a little too much, but it's okay. I realize it's gonna be this pigmented. Now it's kind of take it on over like this. So now I'm gonna take this little Morphe M433 brush, and it has like a fluffy tip. Nice and fluffy tip, so I'm gonna take that and just blend this out. Cause I wasn't expecting this to come out so pigmented and harsh. So I'm just gonna blend that out. But you see it though. Like, y'all see where I'm getting at. You see that beautiful highlight right there? And then you add it just like right underneath that brow bone, or right above the crease bone, but right here in that brow. And it adds a beautiful highlight to the brow. Nice little shimmer. I'm telling y'all, it's so pretty, especially out when you're out and about and then the sunlight hits you and that brow is just glistening and shining and glimmering. It's just beautiful. Okay, and then we're gonna just do this one. For me, this is the equivalent of adding like a concealer that's lighter than your skin tone under your eyebrows for that highlight. But instead of concealer, I just like to do it with the eyeshadow. So to get that real crispy, sharp, you know, highlighted look under the brow, I just use, you know, an eyeshadow. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do a little bit of eyeliner right here to the bottom lash line. I thought about doing a dark brown because it'll keep it a little more natural looking, but I think I'm gonna just go ahead and go with black. But I'm gonna do a thin line of black. I'm just gonna add just a thin line of black right on the waterline. Very light thin. A light coat. very thin. It just adds just a little bit extra definition to the eye. And then I'm gonna take that mascara, that same Maybelline Lash Stiletto. Did I say studio earlier? If I said studio, I'm sorry. I meant Lash Stiletto, just in case I said the wrong thing. But I'm gonna add that same mascara just, you know, to my bottom. Y'all, and I'm so sorry about the lighting, because I can tell it's going in and out. The sun's going in and out. It's behind me. Next time I'll probably close the curtains. So I'm so sorry about the lighting, y'all. And just see, I do a very thin little layer of mascara to my bottom lashes, because I don't want them to be too cakey looking. So I just do a very thin layer. I got a little bit on my skin, but that's okay. If that ever happens to you guys, it's okay. Just let it sit there for a minute and let it dry. Most mascara, when it dries, you know, it gets crumbly. So you can just take like a Q-tip and just mascara that's on your skin will just crumble out. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I got a little bit on my skin, so I'm gonna let it sit there and just kind of dry for a minute right under here. Then I'm gonna get a Q-tip and just kind of wipe under there, and it should just crumble right on off. Then I won't have to worry about, you know, it smudging. If you do it while it's still wet, it's gonna smudge. Wait till it dries and then wipe it off. Okay. So eyes are pretty much complete. This is like pretty much all I do for my eyes. So now we're just gonna kind of go ahead and finish the face. And we're honestly, we about done. I'm gonna be honest, we about done now. So for the face, if you remember, we had our little powder baking right here. Well, that's done. So what I do is I take the same brush that I use to apply my powder foundation. I usually take that brush and just kind of wipe off whatever powder may be left over from that bake. Anything that could be left over will now be removed. And then since I'm taking that same brush that I use for my powder foundation, it has a little bit of excess powder on it, so it just kind of, you know, adds that to under the eyes and adds a little color right there. So now we're gonna move on to our contour, blush, and lips. So I'm actually gonna try something new for contour. I bought this foundation stick from the drugstore, and this is, I guess, Thread Basic Complexion Stick. And I got it in color 190, which is rich brown neutral. As you can see, it's a couple shades darker than my natural skin tone. So, and of course, you know, for contour, I want it to be much darker so I can get that nice, crisp look. Okay. Well, it's very smooth, I'll say that. It goes on very easily. So let me be careful. Alright. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm messing up. I'm messing up. Oh Lord, let me go and blend this before I mess up some more. Okay, so I'm gonna take this little contour brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna kind of blend that with this. I messed up on this side. I added too much. We're gonna see though. Then, okay, so I added a little too much. So as you can see, a little goes a long way with this. You don't need much at all, like at all. This side is better because I didn't add quite as much to this side, but a little goes a long way. You see how this spreads too? So now I'm gonna take a different brush. So we're gonna get this blended. So I'm gonna take this little Lorac brush here, and I'm just gonna, it's a little dense brush, and I'm just gonna take that to kind of blend it on out. Okay, so that's the contour. And I might try something different, only because since I added a little too much and I'm a little worried about this side, I'm gonna try to kind of cut the crease a little bit. I'm gonna do a real light one. You can see this side doesn't need it as much. Just a real nice little light cut crease. Okay, so that cut crease is good. We just need to sit for a minute. So now I'm just gonna brush it on off like so. Come on, baby. Come on, Jaws. Y'all see it. And now we're gonna add a little blush to the face for a little color. And I'm gonna try this L'Oreal Infallible blush in Legendary Berry. So yeah, I'm gonna try that. So I'm gonna add a little bit to the cheeks and just see. Ooh. Dust a little off now, child. I ain't trying to look clownish. I ain't gonna be that pigmented. My right side is just messing up. It's just, it keeps getting all the heavyweight. As you can see, this is a pretty blush. You can see it coming together on the cheek. I'm gonna have to fix the right side because I keep being heavy-handed with this. This is pretty though. You see like the color just coming together. Knock some off of my hand. Just kind of bring some up around this way a little bit. That's one thing also I like about blush. Blush really acts as like a nice little contour for me. I really don't even need the actual contour because blush really doesn't. So yes, just a light amount of blush, baby. This is very pigmented. So if you go too heavy, you're gonna be looking like a clown. Trying to tell you. So because I'm worried about looking like a clown, I'm gonna go back with a little bit of foundation. I'm just gonna take this foundation here and dab my face slightly with this foundation brush just to tone it down. Okay, so to complete the look, I'm gonna take my little liquid eyeliner. I don't know if y'all can't really tell, but I have like two little moles right here on my nose, right there and right there. So I just like to kind of take my little liquid eyeliner and just put them little moles back in place. All right, so last is lips. So my lip combo, like everyday lip combo, is pretty simple. So what I do is I just outline my lips with a dark brown pencil, and this is the Sephora. It's actually an eyeliner pencil, but I use it for my lips. Works perfectly. So I just use this dark brown pencil from Sephora to outline my lips, and then I'm going to use the Lorac Alter Ego lip gloss to top it off. And this combo is so pretty to me because it's simple, but you know, it still has that wow factor. And these lip glosses are so pigmented, y'all. These Lorac Alter Ego lip glosses, so pigmented, all of them. I mean, it's almost lipstick with their glosses. They are so pigmented. Blot it like so. Yeah, pink. Beautiful, like bubblegum pink. And it just adds that color back into the lips after using the dark brown. I love that lip gloss. I love this combo. Dark brown with the pink. It's just pretty. And it kind of gives that little ombre effect a little bit. Love it. So that is it for the look, y'all. Let me go kind of pull it all together real quick and I'll be right back.